Welcome to part one of the Enrollment Reporting webinar series, Understanding the Submission Schedule. The intention of this webinar series is to offer guidance and information in reference to your institution's enrollment reporting via the Clearinghouse. In this presentation, we will examine the importance of timely reporting, understanding the different file types. We will briefly review the email notification process and then end with some best practices. As you may already know, the Clearinghouse was created to serve as a trusted agent for our participating institution, and our services are designed to facilitate compliance with FERPA, the Higher Education Act, and other applicable regulations. As your third-party servicer, we provide enrollment certifications to loan servicers and the Department of Education's National Student Loan Data System, referred to as the NSLDS. The information processed into our database can also be leveraged by other services, including Student Tracker, Student Self-Service, and enrollment verifications. In order to ensure the data reported is sent to NSLDS in a timely manner, we have established a set of guidelines for reporting your enrollment information. We will review these guidelines in this presentation. When reporting enrollment data for compliance purposes, it is important to report accurate and timely data. The Department of Education and the National Student Loan Data System require institutions to certify the status of all federal aid recipients at least every 2 months. Institutions should report changes in status to the Clearinghouse as swiftly as possible, since the Department of Education requires status changes to be sent to NSLDS within 60 days of the date of determination. Due to these requirements, the Clearinghouse recommends reporting at least every 30 to 45 days. Establishing and maintaining an accurate enrollment reporting schedule on the Clearinghouse website will help to ensure that your institution submits enrollment reports in a timely manner. With the help of the Clearinghouse guidelines, your submission schedule is designed to maintain compliance with the Department of Education's reporting regulations and will remind you when your next submission is due. The schedules are set up on a process referred to as evergreen. This means when you submit a file that was due on December 1st, 2019, once the file has been completely processed, a new submission line appears on your schedule for December 1st, 2020. The term dates that were on the submission schedule for 2019 will also be used for the new 2020 submission line. This new submission line set for the next academic year is used as a placeholder to help keep your schedule on track from year to year. Any necessary adjustments can be made to the submission schedule on our website. If you should find you are in need of any assistance in updating your submission schedule on the website, please contact the Data Integrity and Operations Department. We will not be covering how to make adjustments to the submission schedule. However, there is a tutorial on this topic on the Clearinghouse Academy site titled Changing Your Reporting Schedule. As a reminder, all enrollment files should be submitted and must be processed in chronological order. This means that before we can begin reporting a new term, the final file for the previous term must be completely processed into our system. Now let's review the various file types and the purpose each one serves. Early registration files are optional files to submit. However, the data from these files can be used for compliance reporting purposes. If your institution chooses to submit early registration files, they should be certified the day after the first day of the term or up to 10 days after the term begin date. An early registration file is used to report students that are registered for an upcoming required term. Therefore, they are not accepted for optional summer terms or other non-compulsory terms. Because these files are submitted before the add drop period has ended, we do not accept withdrawn or less than half-time statuses on this type of file. First of term files are the official first file of the term and are used to capture the initial enrollment for the term. We recommend the file be certified and submitted after your add drop period has ended, but should arrive within 21 to 30 days of the term begin date. On the first of term file for required terms, we will calculate a withdrawn status for any student that was previously reported with an active enrollment status and does not appear on the current file. The withdrawn status is calculated to the last known date of attendance, which is the term end date that was last reported for the student. For example, Robert Smith is reported as 3/4 time on the final fall 2018 file. Robert decides not to return for spring 2019, but does not notify his institution. In turn, Robert is not reported by his institution as enrolled, withdrawn, or graduated on the first spring file. We then calculate the withdrawn status for Robert with a status start date of 12/21/18. The subsequent of term file type is any enrollment file that arrives after the first of term file and before a graduates only file. These files are used to report late registering students and students who have withdrawn or changed in status after their initial status for the term. We recommend submitting subsequent of term files every 30 to 45 days from the certification date of the previous file. The end of term file is another subsequent of term file, but it is the final enrollment file for that term. This file should arrive no later than 30 days after the term end date. These files are used to capture all the final enrollment changes for the term, including withdrawn and graduated statuses as well, if possible. If you are not able to generate your graduates by the time this file is submitted, then they should be reported via a graduates only file. The graduates only file is also known as a grad or G only file. These files are intended to capture separation statuses at the respective campus and/or program level to close out the record as graduated or withdrawn. Per the 150% reporting requirements, the appropriate separation status of G for graduated or W for withdrawn must be reported at the program level to close out the program. Historically, these files were intended to only report graduated status, and that is how they acquired the name Graduates Only. With the evolution of 150% reporting, we have expanded the types of statuses and records we will allow on these files. As I mentioned before, this includes the withdrawn status, and this also includes students that are actively enrolled but need a separation status applied to one or more programs. For our institutions that participate in Degree Verify and in G from DV, we strongly encourage you to submit a grad-only file in addition to the degree files. The G from DV files can be used for backup, or you can choose to turn off the G from DV option. The grad-only files are the only file type that can be processed after the reporting for a new term has begun. It is ideal to have all the grad information come in before reporting the new term, especially if students graduate and then immediately re-enroll. For more information on reporting graduates only files and G from DV, there will be 2 additional webinars, one for each topic, later in this webinar series. Advanced registration files are optional files that can be submitted by institutions that participate in our free student self-service. These files are used for verification purposes only and will not be included on the student's enrollment history. In addition, this data is not eligible to be used when reporting to NSLDS, lenders, servicers, or guarantee agencies. Advanced registrations files allow students early access to enrollment verifications for the upcoming term and relieve administrative burdens, providing verifications leading up to the term start date. These files are not attached to a schedule and are auto-processed by our system. Therefore, they are not reviewed by an analyst. Instructions for reporting the advanced registration files can be found in the Enrollment Reporting, Programming, and Testing Guide that is located on our website. There is also a tutorial available on the Clearinghouse Academy website regarding the difference between an early registration file and an advanced registration file. If you would like to find out more about our student self-service, please feel free to reach out to the Regional Director or Client Management Representative for your institution. Summer files are the file type used to report non-required summer terms. They appear on your schedule as Summer First or Summer Subsequent. To meet the NSLDS compliance reporting expectations, the Clearinghouse advises schools to schedule enrollment files for all required and non-required academic terms. The non-required summer terms are terms that students are not required to take courses in to still be considered as continuously enrolled. When sending a summer file, only include the students currently taking summer coursework and only report students as withdrawn effective during the summer, if the student is officially withdrawn from your institution. Reporting summer provides an accurate depiction of the student's enrollment at your institution, especially if they are working towards their degrees or are eligible to graduate at the end of the summer term. For optional summer terms, we recommend submitting at least twice throughout the term, but strongly encourage to maintain a monthly reporting cycle. For required summer terms, your institution will follow the standard reporting guidelines for required terms. Data submitted on summer files is eligible to be sent to non-direct lenders and the NSLDS. There is a blog post and a webinar available from our audit resource team regarding summer reporting on the Compliance Central blog. Non-compulsory and non-summer files are used to report any non-standard and non-required terms that do not fall under the summer term category, such as Maymesters or J-terms. Non-compulsory terms are terms that students are not required to take courses in to still be considered as continuously enrolled. Non-compulsory terms should be included on your Clearinghouse enrollment reporting schedule. These terms are typically much shorter than other terms and often only have one submission line on the schedule. When submitting enrollment file during these non-compulsory terms, only report students taking classes during these optional terms or students who have withdrawn from your institution entirely and do not intend to return for the next required term. Data submitted on non-compulsory files is eligible to be sent to non-direct lenders and the NSLDS. Degree Verify files are not used for enrollment reporting purposes and are not the same as graduate-only files. We have included the Degree Verify file type in this presentation because the processing of these files relates to the enrollment reporting process. The schedule can be updated online in tandem with the enrollment schedule, and both Degree Verify and enrollment files are processed by the Data Operations team. Degree Verify files are also called Degree or DV files. Degree Verify files are submitted only by institutions that participate in our Degree Verify service. They are used to report the degrees and certificates your institution has awarded and are used for verification purposes only. Degree Verify files should be reported to the clearinghouse after your institution runs the degree audit and once most of the degrees have been confirmed. If additional degrees are awarded after the Degree Verify file has been run, you may submit additional Degree Verify files. We do not advise submitting Degree Verify files until after the term has ended, but recommend that it should arrive before reporting enrollment on the new term. This is especially true for institutions who participate in our G from Degree service. As mentioned before, when discussing graduates-only files, we strongly encourage institutions to submit both Degree Verify files and graduates-only files, even if you participate in our G from DV service. If you would like to find out more about our Degree Verify service, please contact your institution's regional director or client management representative. In order to help facilitate the schedule that your school has created, we have an automated email reminder system. In preparation for an upcoming file, a reminder email will be sent before the file is due. If we don't receive a scheduled file, additional email reminders are sent. As you can see from the right column, the longer a file is past due, more contacts will be included on the email reminders. These roles should be assigned to individuals from both the Registrar's Office and the Financial Aid Office. With compliance reporting, we have critical deadlines to meet that impact student loan disbursement and your school's eligibility to administer Title IV loans. To that end, we do everything in our power to keep you on track with your reporting schedule and compliance obligations. Keeping an updated Clearinghouse school contact list is important so that the Clearinghouse connects with the appropriate contact about critical enrollment reporting updates and reminders. The maintenance of the contact list falls to the user administrator at your institution. In addition to these email reminders, we may also attempt to reach out directly by phone. This reminder process is applied when files are past due or if we have files in-house with an error resolution report posted to the website for review. When calls are made, they come from someone in the Data Integrity and Operations Department or your client management representative. After an extended period, a member from our audit resource team may contact someone in the Financial Aid Office to stress the compliance ramifications of not reporting in a timely fashion. Based on what we covered today, here are some reporting best practices. Submit on time and in sync with your submission schedule and file type. Update your submission schedule with any changes as soon as possible. Keep your submission data and submission data alternate contacts updated. Save and process your error resolution report on the web in a timely manner. Update your student information system with any changes you make on your error report to avoid future errors and warnings. Contact School Ops at studentclearinghouse.org or 703-742-4880 with any questions related to enrollment reporting. This concludes part 1 of the Enrollment Reporting webinar series. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation.